Well, it's flat calm out here, so we're motoring, and we were heading to Gulf Shores, but Norman and I decided we didn't want to go back and spend any more nights with mosquitoes. So we just turned, and we're heading for Florida.
Where there's no mosquitoes.
We're trying to make it to Dry Tortugas, and we know there's going to be some light wind, and we don't have the fuel to motor in light wind. Sun, we did fix the solar. We were having some issues with the solar charge controller, and now they seem to be working, so that helps. But we're probably going to be sitting around a little bit for one of the days. We have little projects we can do. It's not a big deal. And then we've got some brisk weather coming, but it's going to be behind us, so we can sail downwind toward our destination. So that's what we're doing. But this is what it's like right now here. Have a look-see. This is part of it, though. I'll tell you one thing that Beth Leonard told me. She said that, well, one time she came over to Wandering Dolphin and was talking with us, and I was picking her brain every time I got a chance because she's like a sailing guru. If you don't know who she is, she wrote Voyager's Handbook, and she used to write for Cruising World. Wonderful lady. She and Evans Starzinger, her partner, sailed wrong way around the world non-stop, like 9,000 something miles from Falkland Islands to Australia. They did some crazy high latitude stuff. Their boat was an aluminum boat named Hawk, and so we had some similarities with, aluminum boats. And whenever I had a chance to talk to her, I was like a sponge trying to learn stuff from her. And one time she was sitting on Wandering Dolphin, and I said to her, so what's one piece of advice that you would offer people that are cruising that they wouldn't normally know about? And she said, I think, and don't quote me, but it was something, the way I remember it was like 90% of the time that you're out on the water, you're in light airs. Most people prepare for heavy weather sailing to the exclusion of all else, so they have lots of heavy weather sails and all that stuff. And she said the vast majority of the time that you're sailing, you have light airs, so you should have, bigger, taller mast. When they built Hawk, they specifically made it with a tall rig, which I'm happy that both Norman's North Sea and mine are the tall rig North Seas. And light air sails, a light air main, a good drifter, Genoa, and some sort of a spinnaker, or a way to pull out 2 head sails. And I'm happy to report that Mig has all of that. She has really good drifter, big 170 drifter, and she has a asymmetrical spinnaker. However, my friend Norm,
we do not have anything like that. Yet. One of these days.
The other thing I would like to add to my repertoire of sails is a light air main. I think that would be a good thing. So I'd like to get a light main made specifically from light materials for light air sailing. We are not, however, sailing right now, so we got the sails up. All the sails are up, but they are just steadying the boat while we motor. We are motoring. Can you hear it? We're motoring at about 1,000 RPMs. Basically, we can do that under solar. It's getting towards dark. We can do it under solar. On this boat, we figure about 1/3 during the daytime. 1/3 of the power to motor at 1,000 RPMs is provided by the sun. so you still are draining your batteries. I'm hoping that on my boat with lithium and my setup with the situation I have, maybe I'll be able, I'm hoping that I can motor at 1,000 RPMs or less for at the same amount as I produce by the sun in a sunny day. But it's really not that big a deal. If you have to motor with this, we can go on one 5-gallon jug of gasoline. We figure we can go 40 hours. Is that right? No.
10 gallons.
10 gallons is 40 hours. So we can go 4 hours to a gallon, which is pretty comparable to diesel. It's just noisy. The Honda generator sounds like a lawnmower. It was funny, we were going into the big shipping area where all the work boats were, the oil rig work boats, and they'd look down and they all loved the little boat. They all smile and wave at us, but it sounded like we were powering it by running a lawnmower off the back.
John Deere.
I'm happy to be out here out of the mosquitoes. If I should show you, I should count them all and show everybody each single mosquito bite. People are watching this now and they're going, no, please don't.
You don't want to see it.
Don't do that.
You don't want to see it.
All right, enough jibber jabber. Morning, Norm.
Hey, Topher, how you doing, buddy?
I am fine. A little bruised,
Guess what we're gonna do? We're both gonna get a lesson in the Monitor Wind Vane. I bought this thing probably maybe 4 years ago. I just sat in a big old box in my little shop forever and never. And I finally got it put on. And so we're gonna see what it takes to make it work.
And you installed this yourself, right?
I installed it myself.
I want to say something about Norm installing something himself. I have come to believe that when Norm installs something himself, he installs it right. I was just commenting that I cycled the bilge. I do that every time I start a watch, or I do it regularly. And there is yet to be any water in the bilge, knock on wood, on this boat. And that's impressive to me because when it rains, Mig has water on her. I know where the water's coming from on Mig. It's from the tow rails, which Norm pulled all the tow rails out, redid them, or it would be wet down there right now. All right, so I'm gonna, and he mentioned this is a lesson for both of us. We both understand how this works. I've never sailed offshore with a Monitor Wind Vane or a wind vane at all. I've always used an electric autopilot. All the boats I delivered had electric autopilots. None of them had a wind vane steering. So I understand the concepts of it, but I have never done it, and I'm looking forward to this as much as Norm is. It's gonna be cool. So, without further ado,
let's get it done.
So let's walk them through it. First, we're gonna leave his little autopilot's name is Daryl. We're gonna leave Daryl working here, and the lines that you see under the tiller, those are the control lines for the Monitor Wind Vane. So we're gonna leave Daryl working right now and keeping us on course while Norm climbs back there and mounts this paddle, this wind vane paddle on the wind vane. Also notice we have a little clip that we put on here with a line, a lanyard, so that if we have to, if it blows off, we aren't gonna lose it. So he's gonna do that right now, and then we're gonna see if we can set it all up, and you guys get to come along for the whole thing.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Wish me luck.
Yeah, I'll hand it to you. How about that? Huh? You get back there and then I'll hand it to you. Because going back there is a little bit of a challenge. Especially for a guy with a bad hip. Norm has a bad hip. They told him he needed hip replacement surgery. And he's like, no way, man, I'm going sailing. Well, he asked the doctor he asked him what the recovery time was. What'd the doctor say?
He said 6 months to a year.
And Norm said, 6 months to a year? No, man, I'm gonna be sailing. So, hopefully we won't see a bad thing happen here. I would go under, man. But I don't have your hip, so I don't know which is worse for your hip. There he goes. These are little boats, in case anybody was wondering. In case you hadn't figured that out yet. These are small boats. I have it on the selfie stick. You ready for it?
Let me get, yeah.
No, go ahead and get yourself situated. You ready?
Huh? I'm gonna have to stand up in here, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I can't reach it. I'll do it this way.
If only I had a pretty girl in a bikini to film for me. Got it?
Yeah. Good. Think that'll work here, tough?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're on there. We're on. Now I want to put the paddle in the water, all right?
Yep. Okay, paddle's in the water. Now he's locking it in, the paddle. Okay, we're gonna take a time out from that. Alright, so first try was a failure. Notice he's holding the paddle. We couldn't figure out why the wind vane wasn't moving back and forth in the wind like it's supposed to. And then it occurred to me, I was back there looking over it, that his little Scanmar autopilot that's hooked to the Monitor Wind Vane is attached to that mechanism, and it's solid. There has to be a way to either loosen that on a standby so it'll move freely, or you have to disconnect it. And if you have to disconnect it every time you want to use it or connect it, it's not usable in this situation, because somebody have to go and hang off the back of the boat, and nobody's going to do that. So we can't fix it so we can use the wind vane today. We have to wait till the wind dies, which is, we know is coming in a couple days. We won't have any wind. So then we can disconnect. He calls that one Darill. So you got Daryl and Darill. The little guy is Darill. We have to disconnect Darill so we can use the paddle for the monitor. And in the meantime, one good thing is Darill is working. Darill is right now steering the boat. So, see, we have it hooked up the same way you would hook up the Monitor Wind Vane with the paddle. And the paddle's in the water there. And let me pull this out so you guys can see it. We'll get a sailing shot here. Hey Norm.
Yo.
How's it going?
All right.
Could be better. We could have had that working, but we're learning. That's the good thing. Learning's good. I'll take it. No problem.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, we want to film the whole disaster. All right. Yeah, but put it over like this.
Yeah, all the way over out of the way. This reservoir will heave to and
here, I'll put this. Got lots of extra here of this.
yes,
I
sir.
just tie it off. I knew there was a reason I did it that way, you know.
Just in case.
Yeah, that was
You never know.
my whole plan.
It's a good plan. I like it. Not the way you think.
You gonna share with everybody your struggles at this moment?
No.
Your keto struggles? Or Christopher cooking
Not
struggles?
really. I planned on it.
It's alright. They need to know the whole thing of being out here.
Oh.
I think if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna take this off, because I'm not gonna fall in if I'm squishing through there.
Yeah, you get right in.
And this is gonna be in the way.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so change plans. Norm had a better idea. Instead of me climbing off, going out that way, I'm just gonna shimmy through here. Yeah.
Do the old sneaky snake and get back
Let's
there
do
and
the sneaky snake. Sneaky snaking. I'm sneaky snaking.
all right, sneaky snake.
Doing the Norm sneaky snake.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, sneaky snaking. Maybe. Oh yeah, sneaky snaking.
Shit, I can't even get out there to see what you're doing. What he's doing is taking the
Trying to figure out how this part comes off. You
It
said
should
it.
just lift right off.
Well, it's bolted through.
No, it's a pin. It just pops on. It'll pop right off.
This, I see that.
See
but-
the little, it's a spring-loaded thing. Pull the
Oh, I
little
see.
spring and it'll slip right off.
Okay, so if I remove the back one, the back pin.
Well, you guys could probably say, well, you can either one, but
Okay, I'm removing this one.
yeah.
Pin back in.
Uh-huh.
Now you say,
Just spring loaded.
oh, I see. This part here,
Yeah, it comes
Slides
loose and
up.
slides out, and it comes right off.
and then
Yes.
it slides
Yes,
out like that.
just like that.
Okay, now my problem is we're all tied with zip ties here.
Well, yes
15
we are.
Zip ties.
Yes we are.
So I gotta cut the zip ties, Bubba. There you is. Cut those scissors.
Got him.
God damn. Okay, I'm gonna need the cut codes again.
All right.
Because we got more of these.
Yep.
Here's all those. I kept all those plastic pieces.
Good job.
Yeah, I didn't want any of them to drop in the ocean,
Good deal.
you know. I believe in the ocean. I don't
I
know.
know you do.
Spilling any of this shit in the ocean. Even in a situation where my life might depend on it. You know.
I do.
I've been preaching Cutco scissors for a long time and people don't even understand. They're like, what's with him and the Cutco fucking scissors? Here you go.
Got him.
All right, Drill is unplugging. Good job, Drill, by the way. You did an awesome job. We are very impressed.
Yep.
We are not removing you from duty because we are not impressed. We are removing you from duty because we want Peepaw to go to work tomorrow.
Yes, we do. And now it's a nice lull in the wind and super bad crapola. Watch out, you're going way down. Move, there
I'm
you go.
going in the hole. What's going on?
Okay, just go.
Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me!
Foot over there.
Help me!
Get your foot over
Help me! That's how that thing started. Help me! Help me! Okay.
All right, Darrell, there you are, safe and sound.
Darrell, good job, Darrell. All right, I left the pin in it.
Yeah, it's wired to it.
Okay.
So it ain't going nowhere.
Shake all
Good
salt
job,
off my-
mate. Good job, mate.
Well, I'm happy to help. Happy to be of assistance in these vital times. And I wasn't scared at all. No, that was pretty cool. All right, good. If you haven't liked and subscribed, damn it.
You better. You don't
Come
want
on
to miss
now.
more. You don't want to miss more hot action like that.
That's right.
Doing the sneaky
Come on
sneaky.
now. And if you need bikinis, there. Okay.
I guarantee you, nobody has ever seen on YouTube somebody crawl back there and take the
In such violent weather.
violent weather.
We are a long ways offshore, though.
We are there.
That's true. So, all right. Thanks for filming.
Well, most of it I was trying to get around you, but we'll see how that goes.
We did it. It's clipped.
We got the paddle in the water.
We
had to fall off and slow down a little bit because I guess I didn't tie the string or a little piece of line to the bottom of the paddle to be able to pull it down in high speed, so we'll fix that.
All right, so now I'm gonna take over steering, or I guess you can steer. The little red line controls the paddle into the wind.
Yes.
Right back here, there's a little red line. Right here. It's got a double cleat, and that points the paddle into the wind. And then these two lines right here on the tiller attach it to the tiller and snug it up. So I guess you could hold this in that hand maybe. You want to put the lanyard around it? I don't know. Got it? This isn't the course we want though, is it? Oh, it's good enough.
It's about what we were.
Okay. Okay, let go. Is it working?
I don't know. We're starting to head up. We need to fall off a little bit somehow with it.
Go into the wind though.
No, we need to, I'm trying to get us downwind a little bit.
We just don't have enough to turn that thing all the way around.
What does it need to do? Turn all around?
Yeah, you have to be able to adjust that so it goes all the way around the other way.
Okay.
It needs to be like a continuous line.
Okay.
I think.
Are we connected?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, let's pull it up. I'm gonna raise it up a little too when we're doing that.
Is it working?
I think so.
Can't quite tell. I guess if we can't tell, that must mean it is.
Yeah, it's holding the course pretty good. Let's see if we start heading up.
So it occurs to me that some of you out there might not even know what this wind vane is or how it works. So what it is a pendulum, and there's a wind paddle up above that the wind hits either side of the paddle depending on the direction it's pointed into the wind, and then there is a weighted end to that serves as the pendulum. And as the wind pushes that wind vane over, it causes the rudder that you drop down into the water to move to one side or the other and steer the boat and keep it on a course that is is the same as the relative wind that you have set it to. So if the wind clocks around and changes once you've set up the wind vane, it won't hold the course on the compass that you had originally planned on sailing. It will always hold the course relative to the wind. So you do still have to watch your compass and whatnot. The troubles that we had with this was the little tiny Scanmar autopilot that he calls Drill. It wanted to just hold the pendulum in one position all the time because it was connected to the rudder. And so in order to actually switch it from using the electronic little drill to using the wind vane, you had to go back there and disconnect that pin. So that is a downside to that little autopilot. The upside to that autopilot, and we used it the day before this, was it uses almost no power, like less than 1 amp for sure, the entire time that it was using. So I would still say it's a successful little piece of equipment, but you definitely don't probably want to use it if you are single-handing, because you'd have to go back there by yourself. Thank you very much for coming back and watching another video of sailing vessel Evie May on sailing vessel MiG. And I wanted to say that I really appreciate all of you who have subscribed. I've got 966 subscribers. I'm almost to 1,000. I can't even believe that. I never intended to make videos and actually care about subscriptions and whatnot, but now it's pretty cool, and it's kind of fun. I've gotten to know some of you. Some of you have been in contact with me personally, and it's been really great. And I really appreciate all of you, and I hope you come back next week and watch the next Evie May Across the Gulf of Mexico video. Thanks a lot.
Together.